is up, everybody? It is the Thursday night talk show, Warp Charge Gaming, episode 36. We do this 36 times in a row, and soon will be 37. But this is the last show of the year. So
yeah, 2018 is over.
Hope they've had a good one, James. I think I'm pretty happy with Warp Charge Gaming's 2018. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we were on pace where we were hoping to be. Some extra little surprises and fun things, but yeah, good year so far. Next year already looks better than this year.
There's certainly any moments of disappointment in progress, you have to kind of slap those away. Those can be little demons on your shoulder. You have to pump yourself up when you're trying to achieve things that are bigger than, that are out of grasp. You want to make goals that are larger than seem obtainable, so that getting to that halfway point is still really cool. I know the reason, besides it being the end of the year, it is kind of a milestone-y day, James. I don't know if you saw, I did a little Facebook post, but I got a screenshot here for you guys. 1 year ago, exactly 1 year today, I left my job at Guitar Center for 10 years and started my new job at Warp Charge Gaming. You can see that Facebook reminded me that my first thing when I woke up. Here's the post I had made telling everybody, friends and fam, that, I quit my job pursuing dreams. You could hit me up for music, but I'm going off the deep end. And that was 1 year ago today. Pretty wild.
Dig it, man.
Yeah. I'm just super happy to still be full time doing this. It's been amazing what's panned out as far as music gigs and keeping the funds coming in while still being able to push forward with obtaining new things. And a lot of that we got to thank Battlegrounds. Huge thanks to Battlegrounds for this 2018. It was awesome to partner up with them and become an even greater powerhouse with our powers combined. Recently just starting a manufacturing company, a gaming awesome art and aids to the Table Top Alchemy. There's our logo there. And just to mention Tabletop Alchemy, we're doing Monday night talk shows now. If you guys are fans of the Thursday night talk show, we do a ton of 3D printing talk. And so we've tried to siphon that out of our conversation for Thursday and give you guys a Monday night show. So catch us live 2 nights a week now on guaranteed schedules. Which took us a long time, James. I remember back in the first several months of starting Warp Charge, the idea of getting on a regular schedule was quite a challenge, to do episodes. And we really had, I remember the early, spreadsheets coming up with different ideas of type of shows or seasons of different shows, and that's still panning out. But it's cool to have made it to our second show. That's episode 2. We're going on to episode 3 this upcoming week. Episode 2 happened to be on Christmas Eve, wild enough. And yeah, we're just a few days away from New Year's Eve, man, which I'm pumped for. Always a big event for me each year. It's one of my favorite holidays. I don't really give a damn about Christmas, to be honest. But I love me some New Year's, Halloweens, and you got to respect the birthdays.
Birthdays.
Yeah, I like to celebrate the days people were born. So we got Ice Wolf and Comet out there. Custom lightsaber for Christmas. Nice.
Fancy.
And a Warhammer, both from the past and the present, or future, I guess.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure lightsabers in the past, bro.
Yeah. I mean, do we have lightsabers? Yeah, I don't know if we're fighting with lightsabers.
It's a time long, long ago. Far away.
Oh, God. Oh, that's so weird. True enough. Fair enough. But yeah, 40k, man. 40k. Just now we got the introductions out of the way that it's the 27th, a year later, and we're about to end 2018. What's been going on in the tabletop miniature wargaming hobby for you, James?
The hobby or like gaming? It's all it's all the same, but it's all different.
Yeah. I have things to discuss with gaming, and perhaps you could, by talking, we're Chaos Brethren. So perhaps by you starting the conversation with your chaos endeavors, I can go into my ideas about chaos as well.
Yeah, as far as a hobby, and I haven't gotten a whole lot done in comparison to what I normally do because of the holidays. I had 3 days away from the desk. Like, even my printer was turned off for 3 days. It's crazy, I know. So as far as like doing stuff, I actually got back into the swing of it today. I'm laying down some coats on some different models, doing multiple different projects, just kind of feeling where my groove's at, and then going with that. I've actually was working on this little Slanesh dude for Gordito, testing out his skin colors for his nice big model.
Yeah.
So before I lay down a lot of time on that big thing, I figured I was going to work on one of my own, just testing out his skin color. Mm-hmm. And I got to say, I really like the Scale 75 with some of these ink washes I made. It lays together nicely, and pretty excited about what's to come with that. As far as gameplay, though, I did actually get in a home game, not a tournament, and it was a lot of fun. I went back to the old ways of Khorne with chapter-approved neutering Chaos Space Marines. It kind of put me in a sticky situation competitively, so I figured, hey, if I'm not going to be the most competitive with where I was, mm-hmm. and how other people have kind of stepped up the notch, like Necron buddies of ours, I mean, they gained like a whole pylon in their lists.
Yeah, that got cheaper on top of everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally like a huge difference. But since I love Khorne, I love combat, and that's where I kind of reign, is I built a pretty awesome list, in my opinion. It's 3 battalions, 2 battalions which are Khorne, and then one's an undivided demon detachment. The first detachment is all demons. It's for troops, 20 bloodletters in each unit. Just 3 units hitting the minimum of the battalion. For HQs, though, I have a Skull Taker, a Herald, and a Demon Prince. Demon Prince kitted out with the Warlord trait of Oblivious to Pain, where he gets a 6-up Feel No Pain. If he makes a Feel No Pain save, he rerolls all hits and wounds for that phase. So basically, if you can't take him in combat, he's coming back with Ferocity. Mm-hmm. But what's nice is the Lokis. So being able to reroll charge bubbles, so coming in with the banners, upgrading those. I really enjoy taking the Crimson Crown. I kind of underestimated it in the past because of how awesome that Demon Prince is with his Relic Axe. But the Crimson Crown helps the whole detachment, because it's a 6-inch bubble of 6s are to hit are extra attacks. And when you have 60 bloodletters coming in and they're all daisy chained out to that 6-inch bubble, that could be a lot of extra attacks, especially when bloodletters hit on 3s, but when they're 20 or more, they get +1 to hit. So they're hitting on 2s, but their 6s are now 5s. Mm-hmm. And then with Skull Taker, he gives them +1 to hit on top of that. So now their 6s are 4s, mm-hmm. and they're still hitting on 2s. Demon Prince giving them reroll 1s. So when you have 4s generating extra attacks, you get 60 bloodletters on the charge. They're getting minimum 120 attacks if they all make it in. You're getting a lot of extra ones. And then my secret sauce is actually with this little Slanesh Herald I'm painting. I use it as the mask. And the mask has it where if you're in combat with an enemy model or enemy unit within 1 inch, you can pick it and you get +1 to hit to all friendly
anything
units.
That targets it.
Anything that targets it.
Doesn't have to be Slanesh. And it's only a 65-point model. I was checking this out a minute ago.
Yeah, it's super, super cheap. So the fact is, I have the bloodletters come into combat with whatever that mask is up with. So it's adding another +1 to hit. So I get extra attacks on 3s, which is just so crazy because I hit on 2s, rerolling 1s, and I get extra attacks on 3s.
That's a nuts, yeah. I mean, that generate. Then those additional attacks. Well, you can't create more attacks.
You can't create more, but you're still like hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s again with those.
These are -3 1 damage weapons.
-3 1 damage weapons, but 6s to wound are 2 damage.
Oh God.
So when you're having all these attacks and they're all hitting, I mean,
what's the strength of it?
Well, with the Herald, he gives them +1 strength.
Right.
They're normally strength 4, but when they charge or get charged, they go up 1 strength and 1 attack.
So it becomes strength 6.
So they become strength 6 in the charge.
Nasty. Because I know there's the demon stratagem to. I'm trying to get unrusty to knock the rust off of my stratagems on demons. But can't you do +1 to wound, or is that just Tzeentch?
Yeah, there's no +1 to wound for Khorne or Slanesh or anything like that.
I know Tzeentch has it on the horse.
But where I also use the Slanesh model is for 1 command point. I don't know the name of it, but she creates a 3-inch bubble around her where it's -1 to attacks for the enemy.
Against her or everyone? That's
No,
within 3.
against everyone, it's a 3-inch. Her rule by herself is -1 attack to anyone within 6 inches targeting a demonette unit. Now,
Yeah.
she is a demonette unit, so if
Sure.
you target her, you're getting -1 attack.
And
If I
fighting
pop the
last.
stratagem, then it's -2 to attacks to a minimum of 1. But the bubble applies to all.
And
So
just and unit, not model, right? Like you just
yeah,
have you just
unit, not model.
you just conga line something in there, and you have a -1 to hit on your blood letters or whatever.
Well, not -1 hit, -1 attack.
Oh, -1 attack. Ooh.
Yeah, which is even better in my opinion.
Oh yeah, that's delicious.
Yeah, so it makes my blood letters a little bit more survivable for that counter combat.
Against orcs, whatever.
Orcs, gene stealers, things like that. So things with 3 attacks or more, it definitely is a huge benefit, especially when they're large units of like 10, 20, even 30. It becomes a big deal. I mean, when you're automatically cutting off 30 attacks before they even get to roll them, that's huge, especially with the death blossoms like the blood letters have. I mean, going against someone else with blood letters, they don't have the mask, and I pop that stratagem. Now their 2 attacks become 1 attack. It's huge.
So that's the core right there. We're talking about 3 units of 20 blood letters. We got the mask doing the +1 to hit. You got Skull Taker.
And the detachment the mask is in is it's the undivided demon detachment.
Yep.
And the other HQ is a change caster, which is just a Tzeentch Herald. Yep. And the only reason why I bring it is for the reroll, Gaze of Fate reroll.
Yep.
When as I start to break this list down further, you'll understand why this reroll is so important, because there's some things I have that don't reroll charges, and those are vehicles like rhinos and my termite, my Hellforged termite. So I need to make sure those take the Overwatch and actually get into combat. So I use that reroll for their charges, and then I still have a command point to save their charge.
Do you have that termite in reaching distance? I'd love to see it. And I don't know if that's you know, I haven't even seen one of these in person, I don't think. Maybe I have, but I just drooled and didn't want to look at it too hard because I was afraid I'd want it.
I was tethered.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah.
It's not painted yet. I still got to paint it.
Gotcha. Yeah, so Forge World termite. Hellforged termite.
Yeah.
So it's like a drop pod, but except it's coming from the ground.
Yeah, so it still actually moves once it comes up.
Nice.
So it acts like a slow rhino once it comes up.
Mm-hmm.
So to finish up that undivided attachment, as far as troops, I take 3 units of Nurglings. And the main reason I take them is for that early board control to stop any like shenanigans coming into my line. It's almost like a pre-screen for positioning.
Mm-hmm. If like in ITC, if it's tough to maybe choose a third secondary, maybe it's a good time to choose like behind enemy lines and just drop in the backfield in some back corner, like depending on their list and whatnot too.
See, that would ideally be the case, but the thing is my list uses so many command points early on that I can't quite afford that unless like it is a clear winning option.
I see.
Like otherwise, if it's a gamble, I'm not really going to do it. I'd rather actually use those dudes almost in my backfield, where maybe I might not in zone, but I might just hide it. Yeah. Because of how weak this list is on the table turn 1, I need it so I don't get tabled.
It's because you have like 700 points invested into Khorne, if not more. But just as far as the 60 blood letters plus the support and the aura buffs and the mask, I mean, you're getting up to like 800 some points to rock this big like smack in the face.
Exactly. It's like me having a Titan or a Lord of War in this detachment because the way it operates. But the thing is like I can do it at any time I want to, and I can like wait for you to get in the position that I need you to be in to like optimize. So my game doesn't start until later on, but what stays on the board is those Nurglings, and then the Herald I hide just so I can just be casting the rerolls. The mask I put in the middle of my Cultists because my other detachment is World Eaters. The 2 HQs is just an Exalted Champion and a Dark Apostle, getting the reroll hits, reroll wounds, real cheap HQ choices. And then I have a unit of 40 blood letters, all close combat. So, like, that's my meat and potatoes kind of wounds-wise of saying what's on the board.
40 blood letters on top of the...
No, 40 cultists.
Oh, 40 cultists.
On top of the 60 blood letters.
Okay, gotcha.
100 troops.
Yeah.
And then I have 2 units of 10 berserkers, all with chain swords and chain axes. and I have a rhino and a termite, and that's the list. So what I do is I put the 10 berserker unit with the icon, so they reroll their charge. They go in the rhino, and that's on the board as like in the back. I put it all the way back as far as I can. I don't even start it on the line. That's turn 4 wave. Like that comes in after everything's already in combat, so I can pull it out and I don't have to worry about it being shot at. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The termite comes in with the blood letters, and it's what's supposed to take the overwatch, so I don't lose any blood letters to lose the +1 to hit, so my death blossom becomes even better.
Yeah, you're using a reroll. That's one of your reroll moments to try to.
That's my reroll moment. Exactly. Yeah. So the termite, what's great about it is because it comes in from reserve, it also has a carrying capacity of 12 instead of 10. So those 2 HQs, the Dark Apostle and the Exalted Champion, go with the other 10
nice.
Berserkers.
Yeah, that's nice.
So it fills out my 2 vehicles. I just have the 40 Colts on the board, my Demon Prince on the board, and then the Mask and the Changeling with the Nurglings hidden. So like I try not to get that. But if I don't get tabled, or if I play it smart back, you don't have the range to reach me like Necrons do. Like Necrons couldn't touch me turn 1 and turn 2.
And
like it was just
you had said that you were you had a version of this, but it was demonette oriented, right? Like this has no demonettes because you don't have those yet. What would flex from this list to be swapped out for demonettes, and why would that be your ideal?
Well, I would actually get rid of the World Eaters most likely, and just go in with the Undivided, taking out a Nurgling unit and adding demonettes there, and then I would probably add something else besides World Eaters, maybe another unit of or another detachment of Nurgle, of all Nurgle with Plague Bearers, and then have the demonettes fed into the Undivided detachment. Yeah. Where I'm playing with demonettes right now is the fact that since they're not very offensive because they're only strength 4, or strength 3 actually, right. With the Herald they're strength 4. So if you're not investing points to do their combos, you're looking at strength 3. Doesn't matter if they have AP 2, they're still only 1 damage. If they wound on 6s, you get AP 4, which is nice because you wounded and it's neg 4. But if you're not hitting your 6s, you're looking for 5s to wound. You know what I mean? So because you're always looking for 5s to wound, you don't get nearly as many through. And because of that, it's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
And they're still just as easy to knock off the board. Granted, you can give demonettes a feel no pain, but it's a 6-up feel no pain, where I can give cultists a 5-up feel no pain.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm still not like convinced on investing resources as far as command points into them. I see their strength is summoning. Like you have a Mask or a Herald or something that comes in there, and you summon demonettes. And I think that's their strength, is because you're not using points on command points. Also, you're not wasting the points of them getting shot off the board. And for any reason, let's say your Heralds get sniped out because of new stratagems like the Ultramarine stratagem where the intercessors can just shoot characters. You're going to lose your Heralds most likely, but you still have probably other characters that now you can summon different tools. Yeah, you didn't get to use your demonettes, but you're not dead. Where if you just brought demonettes and put them on the board, they would just die. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like a lot of hard-hitting deep strike. Sounds like some challenges could be...
What's beautiful with the Berserker is when they're World Eaters, they're getting 4 attacks. I mean, it's pretty crazy. And then they get to attack again. And then with the 2 characters, the re-rolling hits, the re-rolling wounds, if you're going against Imperium, you still have Death's Blossom with them.
You know what I think scary for that list? I was just thinking of a couple things, but like screening is obviously a pretty big deal. But with the proper screening and the right towel list, especially with how much cheaper broadsides have gotten and crisis suits and whatnot, a hard-hitting towel list of like maxed out broadsides and some riptides could be really gross, especially with the towel set 5-up Overwatch.
Oh, dude, there's so many lists that can destroy this list. It's not even a comparison. It's
heavy shooting is scary.
I could beat this list with just the simplest of tools. The thing is, it's a lot of fun. Like I've already accepted defeat because of chapter approved. Kenny actually went on a great rant. Kenny with the Long War. About how like cultists, it's not the 5 points. It's the fact that they've been neutered over and over again. And over and over again. to the point where like they were almost like the redhead stepchild that just needed to be made an example of. Like, because it's just now Chaos doesn't have that core screen. There's too much shooting in 8th edition for you to survive. Otherwise, you're losing your tools. And if you're losing your tools to like deal damage early on, you're never going to catch up.
Yeah.
So you're just destined to lose games. So at least with this corn list, I can catch people slipping. If they're not a high caliber player, like it's going to be a lot of like massacre and fun. But if they're a high caliber player, man, my bloodletters won't touch anything. They'll kill a 40, 50 point unit and then get wiped off the board. And all the supporting characters will be gone because the screen's gone. And then I'm left with nothing because everything else is wiped off turn 1.
Sure.
Like, I know that.
It reminds me of, and I'll just segue this into a little bit of what I'm thinking on the 40K line. We got Chicken Bone, though. What's up, peeps? As per usual, still slacking and moved to cleaning my Mordian Iron Guard. Nice. Good to see you, Chicken Bone. I'm glad you're still working on them projects, man. But yeah, so we were just talking about James's latest and greatest 40K list and how it's extremely fun to play and it has a great look on the table, but there's going to be certain matchups that are going to be the scissors to his paper, his whatever. So I was in the same boat with the last couple of lists that I streamed over the last few days. I'm getting ready to post those up shortly if you guys want to see these on the back end on YouTube. But live on Twitch, here's the table we were playing on. I tried a couple of Space Wolf lists out. Shout out to Ice Wolf as he was requesting, and it was actually Last Talk Show. I happened to be reviewing Last Talk Show, and that was when my buddy Ryan from Those Once Loyal challenged the Space Wolves on stream here. So we actually did that this past week. Here's the force that I brought, and like James, I knew that there was certain matchups and a lot of situations where this isn't going to be the optimum. Those drop pods were just too cool not to use. I got 2 of them. They're awesome. And by the way, James did paint all these for us. You can actually check out the unboxing. But I love Canis Wolfborn, especially because James kind of custom painted them for me. I was trying out the new Stalker pack from the Vigilus book, which is the battle leader keyword can utilize the Stalker pack abilities. So those are 3 Wolfguard battle leaders, and then Canis Wolfborn's a named battle leader himself. And then you had all the heroes of legend, Bjorn, or BJ Ron, as I like to call him, Murderfang. I didn't actually end up bringing Arjak. There was just a few different variations. Played 2 games in a row, and I got wrecked. Did better on the first game. Second game, Chris's Tyranids, who was definitely like a scenario of expecting to get beat up pretty hard. He did just that. There was the psychic, just tons of pain. I rolled rough on some instances as well, but it's got me to the point where I'm like, screw it, going back to chaos, going back to what I know. It's been a long enough break, so it's time to pull some Tzeentch out. Here's some more things painted by James, the pink horrors on one of our movement trays. I'm looking forward to movement traying out this army because here's the force. I just built the list a minute ago. I'm going to begin to tweak it, and this is what I want to talk to you about, James. But what I took here is kind of a classic for me back when I stopped playing the Tzeentch. It's and I've actually done a Thousand Suns tactic video that's pretty much based off this concept. I've always felt comfortable. I think I like the security blanket style of play where you have some really badass characters surrounded with an impenetrable wall that you wait till the right moment to leave behind and just slowly trot up the board and destroy anything in your path without dying. So that's the gist, and it's pretty much 30 pink horrors. It's two battalions and a Supreme Command detachment. One's a Tzeentch battalion, and one's a Nurgle battalion, and then you have a Thousand Sun Supreme Command. In there you got Ahriman, 3 Demon Princes, and a Sorcerer, and then in the Tzeentch detachment you got the Changeling, the Change Caster for +1 Strength, and the Blue Scribes. So you got a nice psychic powerhouse right there. The Demon Prince of Nurgle, he has Miasma, Pestilence. Because you got a 30-man squad of Plague Bearers, he's going to rock them up to -2 to hit when they're above a squad of 20, which is a great screen with the 5 of Feel No Pain, Toughness 4.
Dude, it's one of the best screens out there.
Yeah,
like now that Cultist went up to 5 points, I'd say that this is the best screen out there right now.
Yeah, it's definitely hella survivable. Taking the Skivrin, the guy that gives a +2 move to him just to get that extra distance.
Sad he went up in points.
Yeah, give him that icons to get +1 advance because I'm definitely going to be advancing a lot, +1 charge. The beauty is the pink horrors, you get I mean, one, they're 4-up invulns. I have enough extra points to break down 20 models out of it. So you're going to have to bleed through, I think, 25 models before you even break me below 20 on them. And with the +1 strength from the change caster, plus an additional +1 to wound power that you can put upon them, you can get them up to just nasty shooting. They get, when they're above 20, they get 3 shots a pop, so it ends up being like 90 shots out the gates with nasty +1s. They're 4-up invulns. You can get them up to now. Question one: can you? I remember there was an FAQ about giving an invuln that was above a 4. Like, can I still give them a 3-up invuln, James?
Yes, you can.
Okay. It was about the impossible.
It's the way the order of operations work. And it's the way what's their form? What's it called? Ethereum form or something like that, where they get their extra +1 to their save. It's +1 to the roll.
Oh. Well, that's what. So that's and sorry, I was reading the comments, but I got a little distracted. But like, it's I remember, like, unless it specifies the invulnerable save, then it doesn't. It only affects the armor save. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, I'm gonna read it for you. Okay, so it's Warp Surge. It's to a maximum of a 3+.
Okay,
but it's I think it's in the very beginning of this codex. Yeah, Ethereal form. It says add 1 to the invulnerable saving throws made from this unit. That doesn't seem right. Yeah.
No, I thought that it was still good. I just I had my doubts and wanted to ask.
Yeah, they can still have a 3-up invul. The problem was people were getting 2-up invuls with impossible rope and stuff.
Yeah, that was the thing. I remember talking about that when the FAQ dropped. Well, beautiful. I mean, yeah. I mean, so back to the list. Like, there's a ridiculous amount of the mortal wounds that come out of them. Almost every power between Tzeentch and Change. And you have these extended range smites that don't go up with cast modifiers. So I've seen this lay out 15 to 20 mortal wounds without any struggle, and you can get upwards to 25 to 30 if you get really hot on some rolls. So just walking up with 90 shots and the mortal wound bombs is enough to kind of just move your way up the board and slowly take over everything. And once you have whittled down the screens and everything, then you just jump your demon princes over the horde and go fight. And it's you go crush everything. Ahriman and the 3 demon princes or 4 demon princes are no joke in themselves. You got some board control with the Nurglings. The idea, and plus doubles. I mean, tons of screens before you ever even got through the horrors. It would be very tough pressed to kill all those troops and ever get to the gushy insides of the characters, and even then they're beefcakes. The Changeling giving feel no pain is now on the Tzeentch themselves, including the demon princes. The Blue Scribe, if you fail powers within his range, you're gonna lose your powers, which is nasty. And also now with the new fly key, the way that fly was FAQ'd, I mean, it's even more strong. Now I don't have to worry about Harlequins charging over my lines. Well, Harlequins, actually, they're not fly key. It's not about being fly for them. They just straight up ignore things. So I think they may be able to get around it. But, still,
yeah, I don't think they can.
You don't think they can jump over lines?
No.
I don't know, because the impossible belt isn't about flying.
I haven't read the rules. I don't play them very often. But
might be the same thing with Raves, like Necron's Wraiths.
Well, no, the Wraiths actually have it in their FAQ. They can't.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so I mean, the screens just like this like giant, hard to kill screen. It got better with the FAQ screwing over fly. Even though I myself am affected by that with my demon princes, the safety net is even more potent though than the counter to the offense.
Yeah, see, I just love just charging things. And most people don't realize this. Like, you have, yes, a very nice screen. It also requires the player. Because most people, when they have a screen like this, they want to keep everything close together to, like, maximize their abilities. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But when you put yourself that close, a let's say like 3 inches from your outer line. You need to be further than that, at least 4 inches from your outer line when you do any screening. Like if you have a front screen unit and then like a secondary screen unit, they need to be 4 inches apart. Same with characters. Now, granted, it puts you outside of like heroic intervention territory unless you're Space Wolves.
Right.
But when I come with my bloodletters, I have to be 9 inches away from you. And same with Death Company. I mean, there's so many different things. When you're getting charged and it's coming at you from across the board, it's going to be 9 inches away.
And it's because the Consolidate is a 3-inch move.
It's a 3-inch move, but not only that, it's you can only charge enemies within 12 inches. It doesn't matter if I use my banner with the bloodletters and I get 3d6 charge. I could potentially go 15 inches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's critical, yeah.
But I can't charge you outside of 12.
Yeah.
So even if I get 15 inches, and let's say I take my whole 15 inches, I get into combat with you, but I pass you up. And then I get 3 inches to pile in. I can still pile into these far back units, but I can't attack them.
Yep.
So when I want to use a fight again stratagem because I killed the front unit and I want to continue going into that madness in the back, I can't because I didn't declare the charge.
I see. I got it. Yeah. That's
so you always want to be outside of that 4 inches from your front screen. Otherwise, you might get pulled into stuff. Yep. Now, if you're tanks, you need to be thinking about the fact that I can get even further. Because like I said, I mean, when you're talking 3d6 and I hit the magic number,
well, even though it's
inches.
Well, even though it's a 3d6 charge, do those three dice add together? But
they add together.
But even still, you're still.
I can only charge
within 12
targets within 12, but I can move my full distance. Yeah. I can move the full 19 inches because you get 18 plus the horn. So I get 19 inches of movement. I can move all that past my target as long as the first dude touches the target. Yeah. I can move past it. And then I get to pile in. So then let's say my closest enemy is now way past that front unit. I can still pile in further. Yep. So that's another 3 inches. And then I consolidate. Let's say I kill the front unit with all the madness. Consolidate another 3 inches. So I could potentially go like a foot past, if not further than that, past the charging unit and draw in tanks. That's why I always suggest if you're going to be a shooty line, you need to have 2 forms of screens. Otherwise, I'm going to touch your stuff that doesn't have fly. Yeah, that's like my favorite point of the game is playing tag.
Tyranids have they also have a 6-inch pile in. I think it's on their gaunts maybe. They got something like that floating around in there too.
Oh, I'm no stranger to using berserkers, having them attack something, and then they pile in, or pile in, then they consolidate, then they pile in, then they consolidate, and then you use the fight again stratagem, and they pile in and consolidate. I've actually killed something on the first round of combat where I got within an inch, piled in a little bit past, and then didn't have another target, so then I was able to get my 6 inches to the closest nearest enemy, and then I used the fight again stratagem just to take an extra 6 inches of movement to touch a tank, and now they can't shoot. Mm-hmm. Like, screens are super important, and most people don't realize
oh, it got choppy.
To achieve you getting to combat without getting shot off the board. But when you are relying on screens keeping like psychic batteries alive or character assassin type deals, like your character is the meat and potatoes behind your list, like a multiple demon prince list.
Right.
A lot of those people don't use screens properly, especially with the way fly keywords change. They've now crowded the plate, so to speak.
Yep. Yeah, I look forward to trying it out. You know, things like the Space Wolf list when you're playing people that you play with often and who also are trying to push the envelope of the most competitive thing they can bring, regardless of what is the coolest. You got to bring something worthwhile. Like I'm sure after you play against Matt several times with his Necrons or whatever, he's not going to let the same tricks happen twice, and it's going to start to be an issue. You know. Yeah. So that's why I'm aiming around this demon list now, just for the simple sake of the security that it offers. Of like, I don't really. It helps by having something so impenetrable or difficult to get through. It makes you a lot more. Less susceptible to mistakes or even difficulties. And I mean, the only real challenge in my list is managing the like you said, the screens and the psychic.
Yeah, you got to manage the distance, and then what's nice is because you are Thousand Suns, Demon Princes, and Ahriman, you get that extra 6 inches on your spells. So having 24-inch smite helps you stay behind those screens.
Yeah.
Where other people don't have that, so they have to be crowding the plate.
Yep. Yeah, I want to. Gordito's mentioning Chris and his Tyranids. I definitely want to destroy. I want to destroy Connor and I want to destroy Chris, and they've drove me to playing my demons again. Basically, I want them to suffer and I want them to cry. Chris whooped my ass yesterday. And Icewolf said he got to see it, so that's cool. In other news. There's several game systems to make a quick shout out to. One, you can look at this awesome Battlegrounds 3D printed sign that got painted up. I wanted to add that to this picture because I went to Battlegrounds to get James and I, the rest of our Imperium kill teams. James is getting the Black Templars. We got the upgrade kit there, some scouts, and a tactical squad to add to the Reavers and Intercessors we already have access to. And we're going to make some Black Templar Space Wolf kill teams. James is playing in the Kill Team tournament at Adepticon. I couldn't be more thrilled.
Got my ticket. I'm playing.
Gonna be dope. Man's
it's gonna be my first game of Kill Team at Adepticon.
Jesus, we need to get you practice somehow.
Fuck that. I'm going in like a noob.
Going in cold. For Funzy here, here's a look at the Kill Team board that I played on Sunday. I go to Battlegrounds every Sunday and host and try to foster the Kill Team community in our area, and this is a sweet board, some custom terrain and paint jobs by my buddy Toby. There's actually some cool crates out there printed by Table Top Alchemy and painted up by Toby with this nice rust effect. I actually went against the Gellerpox.
That Gellerpox looks pretty sweet.
It is pretty cool. He actually did a narrative. I let him do a narrative list. He wanted to mix the Gellerpox in with the Death Guard, and you typically can't do that in Kill Team, but I was like, yeah, fuck it, go for it. And we discovered that I think to really, you either need to go all Death Guard or all Gellerpox. It actually wasn't that effective to intermix them because he lost some of the synergy you get by taking just purely one force or the other. So it was neat that it wasn't actually overpowered. That was a good time. Here's another shot of a layout here. I was playing the Orcs. Oh, this actually ended up being a three-person game. Grey Knights and Orcs versus Death Guard Gellerpox. It's pretty cool. A little commander action. Ended up trading my unpainted Grey Knights for these painted Grey Knights. And it was funny that one of our good friends on our Warp Charge Gaming communications channel said, hey, those are my Grey Knights, and I actually got these from the used Bitsbin. And it was one of my friend's old models, so that was funny. So Kill Teams, that's going on. Things are cool. Additionally, we have a Shadespire tournament this weekend at Battlegrounds. That'll be Saturday. I shouldn't even call it Shadespire anymore because it is Warhammer Underworld's Nightvolt, and we will be competing for the GW trophy. That is going to be the last Shadespire Nightvolt tournament of 2018 at Battlegrounds, so that's exciting. I got to get my shit together for that. And then James, I had no idea, but there is a World Beyond Platinum. I was excited to announce that in Age of Sigmar Champions, I'd finally made it to Platinum. It took the Onslaught release that came out on November 30th, the 125 additional cards added to the game, to be able to achieve a Platinum level via Chaos. I played nothing but Chaos, and finally, with some new cards, particularly Scarbrand, I've been able to get to Platinum, and then I almost have gotten to Diamond. So twice now I've been in the promotion series, and I had won 2 out of 5 games, and I needed just one more win, and I fucking haven't landed it yet, dude. But I'm heading to the top, bro. Heading to the top. I'm almost. I think I'm 66 in the globe. At least I was last time I checked. I might be a bit higher at this point. On my way. I'm in top 30s for the U.S. Pretty cool.
That's cool. I jumped on the other day, got in 2 games, and yeah, I really don't have any thrill for that game.
Well, it's pretty thrilling when Gordito is calling challenges out. I'm just saying. I'm dying. He's like, take your dirt rank, James, and beat his diamond. Show him your dirt tier.
I've already done this.
No, you haven't
already seen this.
You have not done it with Onslaught. And just for the record, I've challenged you multiple weeks in a row, and I challenge you tonight and forever on. dare you.
Damn.
I dare you to fight me on stream, you son of a bitch. You heard that, Gordito? Called him out. Woo! Do the cowboy whistle.
Cowboy whistle? the old tumbleweed song?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Da-da-da. Yeah, exactly. Gordito heard you, dude. You heard me call you out. So yeah, I'm almost diamond. I'm almost diamond status. He's got that dirt tier business going on. Also, we're getting prepared for the Warp Charge Gaming Invitational. It's the third year in a row that we've done a tournament around my birthday weekend. This year it'll be to the public. You know, at the beginning of the last year of 2018 here, in February of 2018, that was the first tournament ran through Best Coast Pairing for Warp Charge Gaming. That was the first Warp Charge Gaming tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're coming around the corner on that. You can actually watch the behind the scenes video as well as the entire tournament's live stream on our channel.
Shit. Chicken Bone Colt ambushed us.
Oh man, thanks, Chicken Bone. Nice, dude. I don't know how it's a cold ambush, but I like it. That was for sure the sound he made.
Yeah.
The government shutdown. Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry, Gordito.
Oh man.
Damn, it's like that. No worries, friends. He's trying to free Chris from his cult. We are really excited. We so appreciate the hookup, Chicken Bone, and anybody else that throws some bones on the old channel here.
Really I like to call them ducats.
What do you like to call it? Bucket?
Ducats.
Ducats.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Thanks for the ducat. We're looking forward to what's going to go down in 2019. We really got some cool plans when it comes to giveaways and just more ways to add value to you guys out there that are helping make this such an awesome process and feeling and project and everything like that. So we'll be talking about that lots as time go on. I have to film some giveaway videos and all that stuff, you know.
Stuff and things.
Things to do. Adepticon's coming right around the corner. Chapter approved. I think my demons list that I've made, like I didn't have any. I don't think there's hardly any points drops in there.
No, there's only a point increase that I know of.
Yeah, geez. I knew that like Zinch Flamers and Zinch Screamers got cheaper, but like I started out with a list with those in there, and I was like, no, I want more of the usual.
Yeah, they just don't do they don't fill the roles needed in a competitive game. It's very sad.
Yeah.
Because I would like to use some corn dogs. I would like to use some blood crushers.
Where's our fucking soul grinders, dude? You're gonna drop the
Dude,
F-bomb.
I really want some soul grinder action.
Come on.
Like, just let me run 3 of them. Just want to run 3 of them.
For the love of God. I would love if my brass scorpion became the star of the show somehow.
Oh, dude. I would love another brass scorpion. That was one of my favorite models. And when 8th edition happened, I had to sell it immediately. It's
so sad.
Because I knew it would never, ever be played.
I'm inspired to show it to the camera. I'll pick it up.
Yeah, so about my game that I had, I won. If anyone cared. Like, I played Necron, so it wasn't that hard. But it's still cool to win.
Look at this big baddie.
Yes, Cat. That AOS box is amazing. Wrath and Rapture. I need to get a copy for myself.
Rawr. God, he's so huge and awesome. He looks dope on this small little camera. My buddy James Sheets, he made the scales of his armor plates like all raised up, like he's all pissed off and about to attack. It's really cool.
Isn't that how they're supposed to be?
Well, it's your natural. He had to like do some green stuff and actually to make them so raised up. They lay kind of flat naturally.
Oh, mine are pretty raised up.
Yeah, well, you're talented. I was just thinking how funny it'd be if I just accidentally smashed this while I was showing it to the camera.
Dude, I've dropped mine multiple times.
Oh, that's so sad.
Legs pop off pretty easily.
Oh God, don't scare me. I'm putting it down.
Dude, my favorite part of the brass scorpion is the underbelly. It's absolutely my favorite part.
Yeah, he's got little humans trapped inside.
Oh, it's so amazing.
Man, that just like that new Slanesh model.
That's another model that gets 3d6 charge that can only charge within 12 inches.
Yeah, yeah, no kidding, it does. The body's all wrapped in cables. Yep. Trump used money for the wall, so he shut down on December tomorrow. Decide if we continue. Yep. Just checking out the comments there. Okay. Amazing. We got all our friends in here. Let's see. What else is there to consider in life? I know we got Gene Stewart Cult coming, Sisters of Silence and Sister of Battle, whatever. They just got some chapter approved beta codex. We got what else is some 2019 talkabouts? I know we got the Trolls coming for Shadespire.
There's actually a lot of talk about these Black Templars.
Oh yeah, like getting a book?
No, man, just from after chapter approved and the points drops, and they're Smash captains.
Oh,
a lot of people are talking about them over Blood Angel Smash captains. It's because they're relics and they're special rules. Like they automatically get the reroll charges. That's pretty huge. Then they got some relic that gives them feel no pain and like reroll some shit, and they got some cool stuff. Where it's a really nice Smash captain.
Gordito mentioned Crimson Fist got a index in White Dwarf. Interesting.
That is interesting.
I want Demonkin. I want corn. All I know is there better be some corn in 2019.
Dude, there has to be corn in 2019. I need it.
Make corn great again, damn it.
Please. More blood. More skulls.
Flesh Hounds, Blood Crushers. Karnak, let's do this. Soul Grinders.
So I've really been thinking about maybe putting Karnak in a list, but like he should be an elite slot. Like
yeah,
he's not really an HQ. I mean, he's a single character hunter. I mean, he goes and kills one character. Other than that, he's just like a dog with more than one wound.
They made the changeling an elite. I mean, Karnak fits in that same kind of situation.
He needs to be an elite. So that's just my say.
Yeah.
I would take him if he was an elite slot.
Yeah, Kat says Slanesh should be grown in 2019. That's probably accurate too. Is that it seems like the light is shining on them right now.
I'm all for it too.
Wasn't that new box set that was just mentioned a Slanesh Corn box set?
Slanesh and Corn.
See, it's gonna be a happy coupling. They're both gonna get a lot of
bunch of new models all around, except for. Only Slanesh got a new unit, which is their Herald with the harp, and that is a beautiful model. I want it.
2000, since 8th edition, Nurgle has been the godchild of GW, and they need to put Nurgle on the back seat. I've had enough Death Guard Nurgle stuff, and it's time. And even I mean, Tzeentch Thousand Sons, they've had their time to shine too. It's time for Khorne and Slanesh.
I'm agreeing with this statement.
I'm raising my voice. I'm getting mad. Well, I'm getting excited. Let's say that.
Is that too much to ask?
How do you guys like the new Space Wolf Forge World model? I hadn't seen that.
It looks super cheesy, man. It looks like it came out of the 90s. Yeah. It's bad. You shouldn't even go look it up. Crazy. You shouldn't even go look it up.
I'm going to look it up, dude.
Nah, dude, you really shouldn't. Like, they were trying to make it like some big special ordeal. People are saying, oh, it was going to be a dude riding a wolf. Yeah, no. Just a dumb dude with an axe.
Yeah, like how about some more Primarchs, or some.
He's a 30K dummy.
Let's do some more Primarchs.
I'm all for the 30 or for some Primarchs on my back. Like Angon.
I see this Lehman Russ model, not for Forge World. That's probably 30K. I have no idea what I'm looking for. I can't find shit.
Dude, it's a Forge World model that just released.
Brand new. Legion Verger Terminators.
I'm telling you, just don't even look it up, dude. It's dumb. It's dumb.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Maybe if you want to post the link in the comments, I can make James mad by showing how dumb it looks. Gordito's like, yeah, it's dumb. Fulgrim model inbound, huh? I'm willing to bet money. Oh, bets on Fulgrim.
Dude, Angron needs to come first before that. That's all I'm saying.
Warhammer community. Right. Yeah, you know, I'll take a new Space Wolf model, but if he looks dumb,
dude, it's 30K, dude. He doesn't have 40K rules.
Oh, geez, I hate everything.
Dude, everything about it's dumb. I'm telling you.
I tell you, there's another thing I'd like to get excited about is frickin' adding demons to kill teams. That would be so cool. I would love to use my bloodletters. I know it's like starts to just become 40K too, but it would be really fun to have a few elites in there. Give them berserkers. I don't know. Give me a blood crusher. I want a single blood crusher running around a kill team board. Just sounds fun as shit.
Single blood crusher.
Yeah, I want like the chaos lord on a juggernaut. Like he would just be so like badass that even just one on the board would like feel really cool.
Oh. Yeah.
I should probably maybe I should try narrative and just do it because it's fun.
Here you go, George. We got you, man.
Thanks, man. I really, I'm curious.
I know, but dude, it's so dumb.
Curious George is happened to play out. Oh, your model's really cool. I just saw that. Your little weird guy. Your mask knockoff.
Well, he's not even a mask. He's more of a herald.
Well, he's cool looking.
Yeah, no, I think it's cool. I'm using it as mask.
Here's the guy
it's
that
clutch.
James and Gordito think is dumb.
Oh, he's so dumb.
I like the paint they did on his axe.
It's
pretty nice. Yeah, rock. It's a good rock there.
Yeah, they get paid to paint, so they should paint well. What do you want me to say, man? I hate the model.
That's what she said.
That is not what she said. She was a bitch then.
Okay, we're gonna get out of here. That was dumb. That was terrible. But let's look at the. I definitely want to show the friends at home the sweet Slanesh model you just worked on. Let me get that pulled up.
Extra bits I had laying in a box that I just put together.
This
actually
fit together. Keeper of Secrets bottom. That's like a.
Yeah, it is Keeper of Secrets bottom and hands.
Yeah.
And it's a Demon Prince head and like tabard. And then I green stuffed a tongue and a hair on it.
Yeah, I thought that was the hair is really interesting effect. I like it. It's very realistic looking.
And then I also put skulls in the arm sockets and like towards the back. Like, you can't really see it, but like a little bit. That's actually a skull head.
Yeah, it's tight, dude. I like them.
Yeah, but I was just playing around with the paints, so it's just a little bit of whipping, just to test paint some stuff. But also Proxius mask, because why not Proxy a mask when it's so cool?
Totally. Yeah, I was trying to figure out where and I was trying to figure out laughing at Gordito. I was trying to figure out where I could fit a mask in my list, or like, because I had the points to do it. It just didn't make much sense in my list. I mean, plus,
dude, it really didn't make sense to my list until I looked at the Crimson Crown, and I was like, oh, that's why I should take it.
Yeah, because of the extra attacks.
Yeah.
But the Crimson Crown just affects Corn, right?
Yeah. Well, it's the extra attacks. Also the fact that it fights first, because Slanesh Demon. So if a character gets in there, I can fight first on it and hopefully try to kill it. And then when characters swing back at me, they're neg 1 to attack. And then I could pop my stratagem to make that neg 1 attack for every unit within 3 inches. And then I can also pop a stratagem where I believe they like fight as if it was the fight phase or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she has a lot of little cool tricks. So she's just like nice to have like up front, like Braveheart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Respect.
Yeah, and if it dies, I don't really care.
No, I can dig it. I can dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it. Yeah, dude. I think that's all I can think of for tonight's episode. I mean, more corn in 2019.
Gordito's asking about Kroot and Kill Team. Well, in regular 40k, you never see him. Just never see him. When's the last time you saw Kroot?
Yeah, I don't care for him.
Yeah.
I have like 40 of them. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah, I got a bunch. That's what I figured. So I mean, they'd have to give them some cool rules. I mean, that's all there is to it. The thing that's back in the day too, like there's the weird like Kroot hounds and stuff like that. There is some like fun things with those, but like I've never bought them or cared to get them. Yeah, maybe if the Kroot could pair up with Tau, that could be some fun combos there. Just posted them, huh? Interesting. We need to throw Gordito into the 40k chat.
You can do it as you want with Gordito. That's between you and him.
That's what she said.
No, that's not what she said, dude.
It might be.
She might have just watched you two make out in a closet, and that's about it.
That's weird.
It isn't, isn't it?
I don't know, Gordito. I'm just trying, man. I'm just trying to see what sticks, you know, like throwing the noodles.
So bad at it. Give them lessons, everybody. Give them lessons.
Yeah, I need to master the joke. It's important to challenge yourself, everyone.
Hey, to master the joke, you must become the joke.
Fair. Well, shit, man. I guess last episode of the year, episode 36. I hope everybody has a good
me
one.
and you here. I mean, no Chris, but hey.
Yeah, we'll catch him on the flip side. I guess he's too busy drinking his glory away with how much he kicked my ass. I don't know. He's drunk on victory.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Hopefully you see me on stream soon whooping his ass.
Dude, it's not hard to do with demons.
I hope not. It's time to win a little bit.
Well, just go and do it, man. No one's stopping you but you.
Yeah, no one's stopping me but me. I'm going to try hard, and it's going to be great. But yeah, everybody, it's been a great year, and we'll see you on the flip side. Catch us Monday for Table Top Alchemy. Yeah, 2019. Here we go. Y'all keep taking fun seriously. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Good to see you, Cat, Chicken Bone, Gordillo, Spree.
Appreciate y'all.
All y'all.
Much love. Have a happy new year. See you guys next year.